Tour the cruise ports, Malaga. Senior-friendly books are designed to provide accessibility together with quality. The combination of reading, hearing, and seeing are used to maximize comprehension and retention, and above all, enjoyment. Introduction. This book is a brief, but comprehensive overview of Malaga and the Alhambra in Granada for cruise ship passengers and others. Tour the cruise ports, Malaga, and other books in this series are based on the hundreds of destination lectures that I have presented on cruise ships to destinations all over the world. The purpose of these lectures is to add value to the experience of the passengers at the various ports. These lectures are comprehensive overviews of the geography, history, culture, points of interest, and general information about the ports, countries, and regions. Audio narration and animations. A full motion video version of the C-book is available for viewing and downloading. Malaga. This is the flag of Malaga. This is the shield of the city of Malaga, Escudo y Ayuntamiento de Malaga. Where is Malaga? Malaga is on the southern coast of Spain on the Mediterranean Sea in the region of Andalusia. Spain is divided into these 17 autonomous communities, including Catalonia in the northeast corner, Valencia on the Mediterranean coast just to the south of Catalonia, and Andalusia in the south. This is the flag of Andalusia. This is a detail of the flag of Andalusia. Note the two pillars representing the Straits of Gibraltar. Andalusia is a large region in the south of Spain and borders on both the Atlantic Ocean on the west and the Mediterranean Sea on the east. The capital of Andalusia is Seville. In addition to Malaga and Cadiz, also in Andalusia are the important and historic cities of Granada and Córdoba. Here is Malaga and the famous and very popular resort region of Costa del Sol. We also see Granada, about 65 miles or 100 kilometers northeast of Malaga. Here is the Malaga region with some of the resort communities of the Costa del Sol. This is the Costa del Sol in the region of Andalusia. The history of Malaga. The Phoenicians from Tyre founded the city of Malaga here, in about 1000 BC. The name Malaga is probably derived from the Phoenician word for salt, because fish was salted near the harbor. In other Semitic languages, the word for salt is still the same as the Hebrew word malak. Around 200 BC the Romans conquered the area, and it became part of the vast Roman Empire, and the Roman province of Baetica. Other Roman provinces nearby were Hispania, Lusitania, and across the Strait of Gibraltar on the African side was Mauritania in present-day Morocco. How big is Malaga? The population of the city of Malaga is 560,000, and the population of the metropolitan area is 1.1 million, ranking as the fifth largest metropolitan area in Spain. What does Malaga look like? Here is a view of Malaga overlooking the harbor. This is the Malaga harbor. This is a view of Malaga. Points of interest in Malaga. Most of the points of interest in Malaga are within 1 mile of the cruise ship terminal. This shows the location of the cruise ship terminal, as well as being the birthplace of the great Picasso, Great historic monuments in Malaga include the imposing Baroque cathedral. The cathedral is popularly known as La Manquita, or the One-Armed Woman, referring to its rather lopsided appearance due to the missing east bell tower. The Cathedral of Malaga was constructed between the 16th and 17th centuries in the area formerly occupied by an Arab mosque, and it is one of the best examples of Spanish Renaissance architecture. This shows the location of the Cathedral of Malaga. Inside the Cathedral of Malaga, there is sculptural work of the choir with 42 carvings, and the two organs from the 18th century. The Picasso Museum is located in a 16th century building that is devoted to the painter born in Malaga. This museum has a large amount of works that were donated by his daughter-in-law. Picasso's birthplace museum is he was born and lived during the first 14 years of his life, and where he discovered his first love for painting. Later, Picasso and his family moved to Barcelona, and there is also a Picasso museum there. The Birthplace Museum has been restored recently and offers guided visits. There is still much that remains of the Moorish occupation in spite of the considerable destruction of Malaga over the many years of its existence, especially during the time of the Spanish Civil War. Today you can visit the Moorish Alcazaba fortress, dating back to 1065. The Alcazaba is the Muslim palace and fortress that dominates most of the city's center. Started in 1057, it was the official residence of the Arab emirs of Malaga who ruled the kingdom. The Alcazaba can be seen on a hilltop from anywhere throughout the city, and offers excellent views of the downtown area. It now houses an archaeological museum. The Castillo de Gibralfaro is on the top of the Gibralfaro hill with the Alcazaba below it. The Castillo de Gibralfaro was built in the beginning of the 14th century by Yusuf I, on a former Phoenician site and lighthouse. The name, Gibralfaro in Arabic means Rock of the Lighthouse. The Gibralfaro was built to house the troops and to protect the Alcazaba. It consists of a series of towers and walls covered with bougainvillea. The Gibralfaro was used for the last time in 1936 during the Spanish Civil War. It offers beautiful panoramic views of Malaga. Alcazaba is from the Arabic phrase, al-Kasba, for a citadel or walled fortification in a city. In addition to Malaga, several Alcazaba remain in Spain including those in Almería, which is the largest, Mérida, and in Granada. The Alcazaba in Granada is the oldest portion of the Alhambra. The word Alcazaba is not to be confused with the Arabic word, Alcazar, which comes from the Arabic Alcazar, which denotes a castle. The view from the Gibralfaro looking out over the Malaga harbor is spectacular. From here can be seen the Plaza de Toros, Palacio de Miramar and the cathedral. Alameda Principal is a busy thoroughfare that was constructed in the late 18th century. Located along the sea, its gardens contain rare, exotic and tropical plants. Today it is a main gathering area for the locals to stroll and enjoy the beautiful scenery. The Paseo del Parque is an expanded continuation of the Alameda, that is a promenade close to the harbor, with many palm trees and statues. The Malaga bowling is one of the largest in Spain, and was built in 1874. Traditional bullfights are frequently held here. This is the Malaga Plaza de Toros, or bowling. This is a view of Malaga showing the Plaza de Toros, and the cruise port in the distance. The Mercado Central was built in the 19th century, and is the central shopping area for the locals, with fresh fish and produce for sale daily. This shows the location of the Mercado Central. Near the market there are some cafes and bars serving locally produced wine. Calle Marqués de los Ríos is the main commercial street of Malaga. This is a view of Calle Marqués de los Ríos. High on the hill above the city is the Paradero de Malaga Gibralfaro state-run hotel, of great historic importance. This shows the location of the Paradero de Malaga Gibralfaro. The Paradero is a wonderful place to either stay the night or have a long lunch with panoramic views over city and the port. The Plaza de la Constitución, the Square of the Constitution, is the main square in the city of Malaga. The Plaza de la Constitución is situated in the heart of the old town, and has been a public space since 15th century. The large fountain in the Plaza de la Constitución is called La Fuente de Geneva. This shows the location of the Plaza de la Constitución. This is a view of Malaga with the cruise port in the distance. This is Holy Week in Malaga. This is the Plaza of Malaga. This is a view of the central part of Malaga. A good way to visit Malaga for the first-time visitor is to use a hop-on, hop-off bus. City Sightseeing offers 2 bus tour routes, with 19 stops around Malaga. Audio commentaries is available in 8 languages to learn about Malaga's culture and history. For cruise ship passengers, the closest city sightseeing Malaga bus stop is number 7, La Fola. This is approximately 700 meters, and a 10-minute walk from the Malaga cruise terminal. Walk towards the lighthouse to bus stop 7, La Fola. These are the stops near the center of the city. These are the 9 stops on the red line of the hop-on, hop-off bus. These are the 5 stops on the green line of the hop-on, hop-off bus. The climate of Malaga. Will it be hot in Malaga, or will it be cold? Here are the average high and low temperatures in degrees Fahrenheit throughout the year in Malaga. Malaga rainfall. Here is the average number of days with rainfall in Malaga. Spain is a member of the Economic and Monetary Union of the European Union, and thus uses the euro as its official currency. 1 euro equals $1.21 US, and $1 US equals 0.83 euros. 1 euro equals $1.21 US, and $1 US equals 0.83 euros. 1 euro equals $1.21 US, and $1 US equals 0.83 euros. Malaga is a popular tourist destination, due mainly to its being in the Costa del Sol. There are inexpensive flights to Malaga from countries in northern Europe. Costa del Sol attracts many tourists from the UK and Germany. Malaga is called the capital of the Costa del Sol. Whereas it was once considered to be the poor cousin of Andalusia's capital city, Seville, Malaga now competes successfully for attention. Granada, and the Alhambra. Granada is about a 2-hour drive from Malaga. It provides a convenient excursion from Malaga, principally to see the magnificent Alhambra. Granada in Andalusia has a population of 240,000, with an urban area of 473,000, making it the 13th largest urban area in Spain. The preeminent tourist attraction in Granada is the Alhambra, which sits on a plateau not far from the center of the city. This is a map of Granada, showing the principal tourist sites. The Alhambra is a large palace and fortress complex on a plateau that overlooks the city of Granada. The word Alhambra derives from the Arabic, al-Hamra, which translates as the red one. This name is probably derived from the reddish color of the tapia, rammed earth, of which the outer walls were built. In the year 711, the first Muslim invaders arrived from North Africa, and within a few years, these invaders dominated a large portion of the Iberian Peninsula. During the next 750 years, independent Muslim states were established, and the entire area of Muslim control became known as Al-Andalus. During this period there was a flowering of philosophy and religious thought. There were also continuing tensions between Christians and Muslims. Important Moorish cities in Al-Andalus were Granada, Córdoba, and Sevilla. Malaga and Cádiz became important centers of trade. Further north there were the important centers of Toledo and Murcia. A magnificent example of Moorish architecture is the Alhambra in Granada. The Alhambra was the residence of the Muslim kings of Granada and their court. The Alhambra was originally constructed as a small fortress in AD 889 on the remains of Roman fortifications. Its ruins were renovated and rebuilt between 1238 and 1358, in the reigns of Ibn al-Amr, founder of the Nasrid dynasty, and his successors who built its current palace and walls. The Alhambra was then converted into a royal palace in 1333 by Yusuf I, the Sultan of Granada. Here is the region controlled by the Moors in 798 AD. What became known as the Reconquest, or Reconquista, of Spain by Christian forces, began almost immediately in the 8th century, with resistance efforts in northern Spain. The Christian kingdoms of northern Spain gradually reconquered the region. Predominant among these Christian kingdoms were those of Leon, Castile, and Aragon. The year 1492 was the pivotal year of expansion, expulsion, and exploration for Spain. The Reconquista gradually rolled south over the centuries. Malaga became Christian again in 1487. The last Muslim ruler of Granada was defeated in 1492. In 1492, the Reconquista was completed by Christian forces with the fall of Granada in southern Spain. This painting shows the moment when Boabdil, 1459 to 1533, the last Muslim king of Granada, left the palace of the Alhambra together with his family after the Catholic monarchs took Granada in 1492. After the expulsion of the Moors, and conclusion of the Christian Reconquista in 1492, the site became the royal court of Ferdinand and Isabella. This is where Christopher Columbus received the royal endorsement for his expedition. The Habsburg Holy Roman Emperor Charles V, who ruled in Spain as Charles I, 1516 to 1556, rebuilt portions of the Alhambra in the Renaissance style, and destroyed part of the Alhambra in order to build an Italianate palace designed by Pedro Machuca in 1526. This is the Palace of Charles V designed by Pedro Machuca in 1526 in the Italianate style. This is another view of the Palace of Charles V. This shows the location of the Palace of Charles V adjacent to the Moorish, or Nasrid area of the Alhambra. This is the courtyard of the Palace of Charles V. In 1812, some of the towers were blown up by the French during the Peninsular War, and the rest of the buildings narrowly escaped the same fate. In 1821 an earthquake caused further damage to the complex. After being allowed to fall into disrepair for centuries, the buildings occupied by squatters, Alhambra was rediscovered following the defeat of Napoleon, who had conducted retaliatory destruction of the site. The rediscoverers were first British intellectuals and then other North European Romantic travelers. In particular, Washington Irving produced great interest in the Alhambra with his 1832 book, Tales of the Alhambra. The book combines description, myth, and narrations of real historical events. The Alhambra is now one of Spain's major tourist attractions, and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It has Spain's most significant and well-known Islamic architecture, together with 16th century and later Christian buildings and gardens. This is a map of the Alhambra. This is the Nasrid part of the Alhambra. This is a detail of the Nasrid part of the Alhambra. This shows the location of the Alhambra, and the Generalife, just to the east. The Court of the Lions is an excellent example of Islamic Moorish architecture and garden design. This shows the location of the Court of the Lions, Patio de los Leones. Fuente de los Leones, Fountain of the Lions, in the center of the Patio de los Leones, is one of the principal courts at the Alhambra. The Patio de los Leones is an oblong court 116 feet, 35 meters, long and 66 feet, 20 meters, wide. Surrounding the court is an ornately decorated gallery supported by 124 white marble columns, a pavilion with filigree walls and a wooden domed ceiling, projects into the court at each end. The Fountain of Lions in the Alhambra has a colonnade paved with white marble, and in the center of the court is the Fuente de los Leones, Fountain of the Lions, an alabaster basin supported by the figures of 12 white marble lions, emblems of strength and courage. These are the gardens of the Pardo Palace and the Torre de las Damas, Tower of the Ladies. This shows the location of the Pardo Palace and the Torre de las Damas. This is the Mirador de Roxa, de Roxa's Mirador. The Salón de los Embajadores, Hall of the Ambassadors, inside the Torre de Commerce, Commerce Tower, is the largest room in the Alhambra. It is 37 feet, 11 meters, square, topped by a dome 75 feet, 23 meters, high. The Salón de los Embajadores was the grand reception room, and the throne of the Sultan was placed opposite the entrance. This shows the location of the Salón de los Embajadores, and the Patio de los Arenas. The Patio de los Arenas, Court of the Myrtles, is one of the principal courts at the Alhambra. Structurally similar to the Hall of the Ambassadors is the Sala de dos Hermanas, Hall of the Two Sisters, a room whose name is derived from the two large white marble slabs that were laid as part of the pavement. The ceiling is a dome honeycombed with tiny cells, all different and said to number 5,000. It is an outstanding example of Moorish stalactite work. The name of the Sala de los Abencerrajes is taken from a legend in which Boabdil, the last Sultan of Granada, invited the Abencerrajes chiefs to a banquet in this room and there massacred them. The room is square, with a lofty cupola and trellised windows at its base. The ceiling is exquisitely decorated in blue, brown, red, and gold. To the east on the Cerro del Sol, Hill of the Sun, is the Generalife. This word is derived from Arabic, Jannat al-Arif, meaning Garden of the Architect. The Generalife was constructed in the early 14th century as a summer palace. The Generalife complex is centered on picturesque courtyards such as the Patio del Ciprés de la Sultana, Court of the Sultana's Cypress. Terraced gardens, pools, and fountains combine to enchanting effect in the Patio de la Sahia, Court of the Irrigation Channel, named for the channel that supplies its water. The Alhambra and the Generalife were collectively designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1984, and was expanded in 1994. Recommended video, Malaga, Spain Travel Guide, Must-See Attractions, 2 minutes, 50 seconds. Recommended video, Top 10 Things to Do in Malaga, 3 minutes, 41 seconds. Recommended video, Top 10 Places to Visit in Malaga, Spain 2016, 3 minutes, 27 seconds. Recommended video, Malaga Drone Video Tour, Expedia, 1 minute, 50 seconds. Recommended video, Granada, Spain, The Exquisite Alhambra, 3 minutes, 55 seconds. Table of Contents,